I am going to be fancy, and while I normally drink beer while we record, I'm going to drink a new beer. Not just VB, I'm going to drink VX.
Adults only.
VX, Holden Commodore.
Yeah, VX Commodore. Everyone will know what that is.
Welcome to Multiple Nerdgasm with your hosts, Matt, Luke, and Dan. Multiple Nerdgasm, your guide to all things nerdy.
No, I'm drinking, it's Victoria Bitter Extra Strength, which just comes in a smaller bottle.
Maybe it takes extra strength to get the bottle open.
It did. I've got delicate hands. I normally use a bottle opener. Tastes like beer.
Does it?
It tastes like
That's what you
VB.
I don't have a
That's what you
beer
want
or
from the
anything
beer.
today. I've just got my water. So
Water?
So lame.
I know
You know your body's
like.
like 80% water, Matt. In fact, if anything, you're too much water.
I'm not sure mine is anymore.
I'm quite confident mine's not, because I don't know where it would be getting this water from.
Looking at my skin, I'm probably not 80% water. I reckon I'm an even 50.
Hold on, let me pinch.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm dehydrated.
I'm 90% cynic.
what's the pinch? What's the pinch test?
I don't know. My
No.
doctor always pinches me and goes, "You're dehydrated," so I just assume.
No. That's just to punish you for being dehydrated. So you associate
And
pain.
he pinches you and he goes, "You're dehydrated." Then he punches you in the face and he goes, "You're a fuckwit."
Yeah. And it's also the first of the month.
Oh, so it's not tests.
He just doesn't like you.
Yeah.
There's some news that's come out this week, which is sort of good timing, because I was interested to know what's happening with the world's greatest gamer.
There's never bad timing when it comes to Billy Mitchell.
True.
Yeah, I think he listened and went, "I better do something." 'cause
It's like
been a while
Shia
since-
LaBeouf. Anything he does, I want to know about. I want to know about literally everything Billy Mitchell does day to day.
I don't know that he's done anything. I think a judge or an appeals court did something. So maybe they're listening to the show.
Okay.
Ah.
Well,
But
no
we
doubt.
talked about, and actually this brought up something that I don't think we've just talked about that I found very interesting. So he's had he's had a lawsuit thrown out of court. This is Billy Mitchell we're talking about, the one of the stars of King of Kong, used to be quite a prolific world record holder in video games. Got discovered that he was just fucking cheating all the time, and then they
Or allegedly
black-
cheating. Allegedly cheating.
He's
I'm
been
going
black.
straight out.
He's a
calling him
fucking
a
cheat.
cheater.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come at me.
Yeah. He will, mate. He will sue you. And you're not the first Australian that he sued.
And this court case, it just proves it even more, right? So what this was, and I hadn't heard about this, there's a recording of a phone call that he made to this friend of his, Dan or Dave or somebody, David Race, right? Who was a former friend of Billy Mitchell's, basically telling him how he was going to fake a video of him getting a high score on Donkey Kong again.
No.
What?
David recorded the phone call
Yeah.
and then was now going to present it as evidence against Billy Mitchell.
Fairly
And
strong evidence.
Billy Mitchell sued him and said, "You didn't ask my permission to record that."
You didn't have my permission to have evidence against me.
Correct. You didn't have. I thought you didn't have permission to record that, so it can't be used as evidence against me.
I mean,
And
that,
the
I
judge
think that
just
is
come out and
technically
said-
true, right?
No,
It
because
depends on which state.
correct.
Oh.
Billy Mitchell lives in Florida, I think, where it would be illegal. Except the guy who recorded the phone call doesn't live in Florida.
America.
He lives somewhere else. He lives.
It's this weird loophole. It's state to state. Some states are just one party.
He was
consent.
recording something that was going on in Florida, though.
Yeah, but he doesn't have. I know it is funny. The judge or whoever decided that David Race does not have enough contact with Florida for the laws
know.
there to apply to him.
Huh.
So
He could murder
Even
a guy
if
in
he had a-
Florida.
Even if you hadn't been
I
there
think it's
on
a federal
holiday-
law, Dan. Just before
sure.
you
If
get
you
any
had-
ideas. Yeah.
Oh, there are
If you had
federal
been-
laws. That's good to know.
yeah, there
If you
are.
had been there on holiday or something, it would have counted still.
Yeah.
But because
That's why the weed thing is weird, right? I think it's still federally illegal. It's just that states can like override it. That's why it's all a bit weird as far as that goes. I'm not a lawyer.
laws are very strange in America.
Yeah, it confuses me.
Yeah.
But anyway, to me, the most interesting thing was this phone call. And if you watch this video that I've linked they literally play clips of the phone call where you can hear him saying, "There's going to be a camera behind me, and then we're going to send it in. They're going to go, oh, he didn't really get the score, and then I'm going to send another tape, and it's me filmed from the front, and we'll be like, fuck you."
I mean, that is what happened. He swooped in at the very last minute to claim that with that tape.
But I believe that the phone call discussed the fact that it was fraud.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
So,
I mean, it was clearly a fraud anyway. There was like a jump cut in the video at the exact moment the high score just suddenly rocketed.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
So anyway, the judges of the appeals court has decided no. You can the tape can be used, so he's fucked.
See, all he had to do, this is all of his fault. Like, even if he had just accepted he'd been kicked out, if he had have just not gone suing everyone, he could have still been making money off this. Because
he could have for years and years said, they screwed me, but just not gone too litigious
far
with it, and then he wouldn't have, everyone would have been like, yeah, that's just Billy Mitchell, and he might have been all right. But now because he's pulled out the lawyers.
Because they officially took his ranking away, did they?
Absolutely.
Yes.
So did Steve Wiebe become the greatest?
I think for a short period, and then he got ousted again.
Sure, but he got beaten fair and square.
He officially became the first.
Yeah, great. Well, good, because Steve Wiebe is a lovely man, and he deserves to at least have that 2 week.
He's finally stopped playing Donkey Kong to wipe his son's butt. That's a reference from the film, not a weird thing that I'm just saying.
Yeah, because his son is almost 30 years old now.
But you guys, seriously, I just realised my mic's peaking. Listeners, watch The King of Kong. It's fucking amazing.
Yeah, it's one of the greatest documentaries ever made, as far as I'm concerned.
I just find all those video game documentaries weird. I like the snake one. What is it? I can never remember the name of it. There's one where they look at Centipede or something.
Anaconda? Oh, no, that's Jennifer Lopez.
That's something else.
An Ice Cube.
I will find it this time.
I don't think I know what that is, Matt.
Anaconda?
Yeah.
That's a movie from the 90s starring Jennifer Lopez and Ice Cube.
Ice Cube. I knew it was one of the Ices.
Have Ice-T and Ice Cube ever appeared on screen together?
Same person.
One of them could eat the other one, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, well, yeah, one of them floats in the other one.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know a thing about them, and listeners are probably going, "You're an idiot."
But you don't know anything about Ice-T or Ice Cube?
Not beyond that one of them was in Law and Order.
Okay, yeah, Ice-T. Yeah. Singer for Body Count.
He does I really know him from from Law and Order, not for anything else.
Yeah, that's so funny though.
And I know him because I watched a documentary on the controversy behind Princess Diana's death, and for some reason they interviewed him he was an expert, and it was just he said stuff like, "Well, I just don't think the royal family wanted her to marry that guy." Like he just didn't even know anyone's name.
Yeah. No one thought to ask Ice Cube what he thought?
I think they thought they were talking to Ice Cube.
Yeah. Ice Cube from Friday, the movie Friday.
And what was his band? Is he NWA or is he...
Yeah, NWA.
I finally found it. It's Man vs. Snake, the long and twisted tale of Nibbler.
Oh, I'm not sure I've seen that, but I will definitely add that to the list.
It's actually a nicer story. They don't try and make anyone the enemy or anything. Because I remember like King of Kong, when
people just playing on their phones, on their Nokia 3210s.
It was weird that they were making Billy Mitchell out to be the enemy the bad guy when he was.
Yeah, I suppose, but they didn't know that at the time.
But this is a nice one because Nibbler was.
I think they probably could tell.
Nibbler was the first game to have like a billion score on it, and to get it, you need to play for like 24 hours straight or something.
Oh, did I watch that? Perhaps I did. Man versus...
It's enjoyable because they go back and film the guy training up to try and do it again because he ever done it when he was young.
Oh my God, Walter Day's in this as well, is he?
He's what, sorry?
The guy on the poster looks like Walter Day. the guy in the referee shirt. Is it?
Walter Day is in it.
Okay,
Yeah,
fantastic. I'll watch anything he's involved with except for anything to do with that cult he is part of.
Yeah.
He's in a cult, is he?
Yeah.
Walter Day?
Yeah.
Is he? All right.
He's in a
I'll believe
legit
you.
cult, like a proper
Yeah, all right.
cult. Let me justify it.
Oh, yeah, there he is on the poster. Walter Day biography.
Yeah, he's
He
in a
left
cult.
Twin Galaxies in May 2010 to pursue a career in music.
Oh, God. Did he?
Yeah. So, allegedly.
Yeah, I don't think he's a...
Do
Yeah,
you have to say allegedly when it's like just a career change? I mean, I just don't want to get into trouble.
I want to. You're quoting Wikipedia. Oh, just a quick little aside here. Luke, I mentioned that I'm reading Ken Williams's autobiography at the moment.
Oh, yeah.
Right, and you asked me if it was worth reading because I'd only read the first 3 chapters when I spoke to you about it, and you just was talking about Roberta's panties, etc. And I'm at chapter 11 or 12 now, and he's finally making games, and he actually does go into quite a bit of detail. So I would say yes, it is probably worth reading if you're into retro tech. But
Okay,
he quotes Wikipedia so often in it.
Oh, really?
He'll start talking
he probably
about.
doesn't remember.
Yeah, well, he'll start talking about something, and then there'll be a quote, and it'll be like Wikipedia entry 4, whatever he was just talking about.
I've started listening to Cliffy B's audio biography.
Oh
Oh, yeah.
My God, this guy.
I got a signed copy of that for Jenna for Christmas.
Oh, fabulous.
Has she read or listened to it? Because
Not yet, I don't think.
it's all about just how good he is.
They all
But there
are,
was
though.
one
This
weird
is
thing-
similar.
one-
Ken's is similar.
One strange thing at the start, though, which is something I never knew about him, he was actually molested when he was younger.
Oh, really?
He met someone sort of when he was about 16 on bulletin boards and sort of went over to this guy's house. And
Oh, Jesus. It was Jesus,
Online dating
is
was
what I'm
very
saying.
different in the years of BBS, wasn't it?
Yeah. Well, hang on. It sounded like they weren't intending to do anything. He was just going around this dude's house, right? That's what you made it sound like?
it was sort of, he sort of went over sort of knowing, but was too naive to really know.
Well, that's
and
awful. Yeah.
was sort of, like, it was sort of in that situation where he felt, from what reading, he doesn't go into too much detail, but it really feels like he went over and it was in a situation where he didn't feel safe saying no or not.
Sure. Yeah, that's not cool.
And then just got home and then broke all contact. But he really talks about, like, the good things he's worked on. Like, he was talking about all about Gears of War.
Yeah.
And remember he did a game called Bulletstorm as well?
Yep.
He very glosses over that.
And
He goes,
Lawbreakers,
Bulletstorm
too, he
at all.
did.
I'm not up to there. But yeah, Bulletstorm is just, oh yeah, and Bulletstorm came out about this same time. But we're on the high from Gears of War 3. We're starting to put in Gears of War.
Bulletstorm did all right. Was he heavily involved in that, though?
I don't think he was super... Oh no, he was a designer.
Yeah, okay. All right.
Yeah.
I thought that game did all right in the end.
It did okay. It wasn't great. But I'm really trying to get up to the part where he stops making video games.
Hmm.
Like I don't quite
Boring.
understand
What's
why
all this
he-
video game stuff?
Well,
No, but I don't quite understand
it's only recently
why he
that
really
he's
stopped.
stopped.
Just jumping back very quickly, just to give Walter Day his due, it's a transcendental meditation cult that he's part of.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, that's all a bit funny. Transcendental meditation. That's what David Lynch is into as well.
Yeah,
They
but David
finally
Lynch doesn't
seem-
live in the compound. I believe Walter Day is like a fully fledged member of.
Yeah,
Oh,
like
interesting.
from what I've read or seen about it, he sort of normally they don't let people leave to do public things, but because he can bring sort of light to the cult, they allow him to go out to talk and do things to
Yeah,
try and
right.
get people
They
to
allow
join.
him.
Well, that's what I sort of read. I don't know.
He's a fascinating man, though. No, I don't. I only know about what I've heard third and fourth hand. So
Yeah.
who am I to say anything?
But no, he is fascinating. Like, you got to remember, he did sort of create that sort of whole scoring library type of thing for arcades. Like, it's still amazing work back in the day until it became corrupt.
Mm.
With his little referee's uniform that he just gave himself.
That's right. Yeah, but that he's known for that.
I know.
Well, yeah, because he is like the self-proclaimed world's greatest video game referee or something. I forget the title he gave himself. World's video game referee.
Quite similar to the title Billy Mitchell gave himself.
Yeah.
Well,
Walter Day also gave him a title. It was just...
Well, and here's the crazy thing, like, about Billy Mitchell, is he's good at games.
Sure.
Yeah, he doesn't need
like,
to cheat.
he is actually, like, I think...
Oh, is he, though?
Well, he's pretty good.
I think...
He's better than we are.
Yeah, I think
Maybe.
he still does hold the record for, like, being the first to complete Pac-Man and stuff. Like,
yeah.
Like, back in the day, though, not...
No, he's been famous for it for a long time.
And even if you're only the second best Donkey Kong player in the world, that's still pretty good.
Yeah.
Donkey Kong is incredibly hard. Do you guys remember Donkey Kong? It's really unfair.
Well, I even loved, like, the way that they're getting the high score is they have to beat the machine, because the machine will just get to a kill screen and die and finish. So it's not like just being good at it doesn't mean anything. You also got to have that little bit of luck.
Yeah, I feel like it's not even fun doing that.
No,
Like,
no.
it's definitely not fun.
Yeah.
But games aren't fun to some people, Matt. Luke can
Yeah,
tell
that's
us
true.
all about that.
That's true.
Yeah, been a long time since I've played games for fun.
That's so sad. Oh, I've been playing a game for fun. I got to put that in here.
Just don't put it in there. Just tell us about it.
Yeah, what game?
I've been playing Gran Turismo 7 for fun.
Oh, yeah? Why not?
On my VR headset.
Yeah, that sounds pretty good.
How's that?
Did they fix the
It's fucking
controller
excellent.
issue?
Yeah. So the controllers are fixed. Actually, I don't use those controllers for this. I just use the normal controller. But yes, they have fixed those anyway. And I got Gran Turismo 7 for my birthday, which was the other day. Oh, thanks, listeners. Thanks. I appreciate it. So I've been playing the shit out of it. Yeah, it's fucking rad. So when you're just using the menus and doing normal game stuff, you pop the headset on and it just looks like you're looking at a screen, like a big screen, until you get in the car and you're driving, and then all of a sudden you're in a fucking car.
Wow.
Yeah, it's sick.
And then when you finish the race, you get out of the car, and in VR, you still just walk home. You go in. You got a beautiful VR wife there.
Yeah. And they're like, you
just
can't.
live your
So
life.
sorry, the car is not you. It's not your car. So you're gonna have to get an Uber or something.
Yeah,
Right.
and then you get into a VR Uber, and you sit there in the back playing on your VR
Uber.
phone.
Yeah, it's good. It's very
I wanna do
realistic.
that. You need to.
Very
what you need to do
realistic.
now is you need to get a steering wheel,
Yeah, I know.
because I
It's
think that'll
inevitable.
just put it over the top.
Or as you,
Did
as
it
Luke
take
would
a little-
say, I've already bought a steering wheel. I just don't.
Yeah,
know it
they
yet."
just don't have the money yet.
Yes.
Schrodinger's steering
Um,
wheel.
But did it take a little while to get used to? Because I know that some people have had trouble where they turn their head and then they lose track of where the car is because they're
No, I know people have trouble with VR in general. I'm
Surely
seem
just
to be
going back
very
to the front
fortunate
is okay.
in that I just don't have any issues with it.
Mm.
Like
Yeah.
even in the Star Wars one, it says you can use the teleport instead of trying to walk around with the controller because people tend to get motion sick. I just don't. I just
don't.
Yeah.
No, a lot of I know in some of the driving games, people have this disconnect about their look because they're used to looking at the screen not moving, and then you control it.
Oh,
But
I
then when you
see.
turn your head, and then you turn,
Well, maybe it's because Matt
It's
doesn't
not-
play just a fuck ton of car racing games usually.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
but when you turn your head, you're not turning the screen, you're turning the car. You're just looking that way, and
I
some
do.
people
I mean,
can't
no.
understand.
When I go past people and I lean over and I go, "Fuck you!" out the window.
Get off your phone, you turkey.
I would admit I would be doing exactly the same thing because I flip people off when I just race as it is without the VR.
I was paying
Fun.
attention the other day. I do get like I lean into the corners and like it's it's really good.
I mean,
The
guys, we got
sensation
right
is-
into Wii Golf. So,
the way more than playing it on a screen, it does feel more. It feels more. I mean, it's not real because obviously you don't feel any of the inertia or anything. But yeah, it's good. It's it's fun.
Released one on the Xbox.
Yeah. See, I was thinking that too. Forza would be amazing on this because that's a super fun game. Forza Horizons, I love those.
Yeah, but I don't think
Release
they
that.
are because there's sort of because I know like the PlayStation 5's got a port for it, doesn't it?
It's just USB-C port or USB 3. It's not a special
Okay.
port.
Then they could then, but there's just from what I hear, there's no plans at the moment to
No, I've heard
Yeah, so
nothing.
odd.
do it.
Yeah.
But I think they are still just waiting for PlayStation to
To iron out all the
see how
kinks.
they go.
Yeah. I mean, this is
Iron
pretty
out all the
good.
kinks, see if there's the market for it, because it's a bit different to getting it on the PC. Consoles is a little bit of a different market, especially with
Sure.
the cost of it being the cost of a console.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I know that it's still taken a while for VR games to find their place, I think.
Well, I also think it's just not lived up to its own hype until very, very recently. I think now's the awakening of VR. Finally, 40
I had
years.
one of like the first Oculus Rifts.
Yeah.
You put it on, you go, "Wow, this is amazing," and then there was nothing to do with it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I played through the start of Resident Evil Village.
Oh,
I don't think I told you that yet.
Oh, that's right. But you were huge.
No. So, I once the controls are fixed, I played through it properly. And you're not huge when you actually get in the game. I'm not sure what that was. I think maybe you are the Scarecrow or something in that scene. So we're not going to make any sense of it.
Sure.
But yeah, so I played through the start, and it's honestly it's quite nerve-wracking.
I can imagine.
So I'm not sure. I'm not sure I could play the whole game like that. It's
amazing.
It's terrifying.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like even without the VR, it's scary.
Oh
game.
yeah.
So
yeah, mind you, I felt the previous one, Biohazard, was much scarier. It had Village had a couple of really scary bits, but just overall, trying not to get fucked by those.
I can't even
was
imagine
terrifying.
If I didn't know what was going to happen, and I was playing through that, the escape room sequence in Village with the headset on. No, come on.
Yeah.
That's got to be illegal.
I started playing it. I will get around to finishing the first level soon.
Oh, it's excellent. Gets better after that.
It's a very good game.
I've just been playing Skyrim. I've just been playing a fuck ton of Skyrim. And
on the Switch.
On the Switch. It looks so good, guys. It looks so good. Yeah.
I played quite a lot of Skyrim last week.
Did you?
As well. Yep, on the PC. I loaded it in, used console commands to complete the levels and unlock the achievements.
Okay. Wow. Fun. That sounds really fun.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was.
Money
it
well
made me
spent.
want to play. Actually, I did it for Skyrim and I did it for Fallout as well. And all it really made me
Fallout
want to
as well. That's my favorite of the sequels.
Yeah.
Fallout and then Fallout as well.
There's Fallout 2 TOO.
But it just made me want to play another Fallout game.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah. And I keep
Fallout
thinking
5,
about going
give me a side.
But I've not even
give me
played
New
Fallout
Vegas.
2 for a second time because it asks so much of you that I just can't even fathom starting it again.
Sure. I watched a video the other day of somebody who the first video I clicked on, it showed up on my thing. I was like, that sounds interesting. He was doing a playthrough where he's got to try and get all the perks without leaving Sanctuary in Fallout 4. Because someone criticized his earlier video, which I then went back to, where he tried to level his character to max level without leaving Sanctuary.
Right.
Yep.
And he did it by, he explained there's a glitch in Fallout 4 where if you drop crafting supplies, you can pick them up and trash them at the same time if you hit the buttons at the same time. And then you get multiple copies of things. But he still had to do that over and over
Not
and
fun.
over for like fucking weeks, seemingly.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, why are you doing this?
Yeah.
It's people
go find your
challenge
son.
themselves.
Yeah.
But I guess it's not any different to trying to get all the rings at Sonic. You know, like people have been trying to 100% games the whole time.
But yeah, no, it's weird. There's a whole community out there who will just sort of set themselves like a challenge, like the Dead Souls challenge or Dark Souls, where it started off just complete the first game without getting hit.
Oh.
And then there are people out there who have completed every single game, start from the first one to the last one without getting hit. And if they got hit on like the third game, they would go back to the start of the first one and start again.
No. Jesus Christ. That sounds like the least fun you could possibly have.
Did you see that video of that girl who finished I don't know if she finished the whole, maybe she finished the whole game, Elden Ring, playing 2 copies of it at the same time, one with a controller and the other with a DDR dance mat?
What?
Yeah.
I can't play one version of that game. She played 2?
Same. That game
simultaneously?
Is correct. Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah.
I'll see if I can find the video.
There are just super talented people or people with far too much time on their hands.
Yeah.
Because that's not something you'd pick up and just be able to do straight off the bat. That would take a lot of time to.
No, you have to memorize
every
one of the enemies' moves, and because they do, it's one of those games where they broadcast what they're going to do, but only if you've fought them 50 times already. So you go, oh, he's about to do that thing. And
that's why I'm not good at that game, because you do need to sit down and study and remember, and not just run in and
I'm sure it's rewarding
punch from the face and die.
Some people, but it's not really my kind of thing. I've stopped playing Elden Ring.
Oh yeah, I never started.
Yeah, it was a beautiful game, and it's just so too hard. I don't have the time to play a game that punishes me.
That's all it is. Actually, I quite like it. If there was a difficulty slider where I could just kind of make it just a bit easier,
it's an option that makes it actually fun to play and not just frustrating.
Like the Star Wars one.
The Star Wars game, Fallen Order. That was...
Yep.
I don't understand why they were making that a sort of a Dark Souls-y game, but I threw that down to story. And even on story, it was still challenging.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I agree. It was good, though.
Or we're just getting really bad at games.
Yeah, it could be that, too.
That's possible, too. Yeah.
Well, Matt, you got something that plays old games for your birthday as well, didn't you?
I did. I got an Amiga 500 Mini.
Ooh.
Unlike you.
I'm looking at one right now. Have you seen that video of the guy on YouTube that turned the keyboard into a working keyboard?
No, that's amazing.
Yeah. I mean, for starters, it's a solid piece. So first he had to take that part out and individually slice it. And then, and then painstakingly construct a working keyboard.
Lots of talent, lots of time in their hands for something
that's what they want to do.
It looks cool,
yeah,
but it's not usable.
Yeah.
I mean, depends on how patient you are with it.
The keys are very, very small.
I've bought a tiny little monitor for mine now too. I'm just waiting for it.
Oh, you've got it, have you?
I've bought it online. And
when you say tiny little, how big is it?
7 inches.
Oh, it is tiny. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I wanted to essentially look. I wanted to.
It's huge.
I want it to look comparable in size to the A500 Mini. So I worked out 7 or 8 inches is just the right size for it.
You wouldn't be able to go smaller than that.
Yeah, I don't want it to look too small or too big, so I went 7 inches. Yeah. And I'm going to spray paint it beige, and it's going to sit on my desk here as just a tiny little miniature Amiga.
Very cool.
I'm still going to say you don't need the Commodore 64 as well.
Oh, I want it, though. And it's cheap. I found it for only $100.
Oh, maybe I shouldn't tell you. I think I got mine for 40. I think.
What?
Yeah.
No way. The 100 is the cheapest.
That's why I just bought it. I saw it on. I think it was just on Amazon. It was like 40, and I was like, I have to buy it.
Yeah.
But then once you throw in shipping.
But I don't know.
I'm kind of shipping on Amazon, but
I want the Amiga for games, but I actually wouldn't mind owning a Commodore 64 just to tinker around, within the real Commodore 64 interface. You know?
Yeah. Right. Yeah. I got one of those too.
Yeah, I know you do. I know.
I couldn't make up my mind what I wanted.
Yeah. Well, you don't have to, Matt. You're well within your right to just own as many as you want.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. I found your Commodore Amiga 500 computer for $920, Dan.
Oh, fuck off. Yeah, that's the thing. I'm not paying $900 for an Amiga. I fucking had one. I used it until it literally didn't work anymore. I'm not paying $1,000 for one. And any less than $500, don't work. And they all say, I'm not sure if this works, which means I tested it and it didn't work because all the rest of them
pretending that I didn't
tested and does work.
This has pictures of it working.
Yeah, okay. Well, that's great, but it's $1,000.
Also comes with a lot of discs.
Yeah, well, you don't need discs, really.
Including Indiana Jones.
Oh, okay. I mean, that is one of the greatest games for the Amiga, assuming you're talking about Fate of Atlantis. And not that Temple of Doom platformer.
Oh, it's Last Crusade.
Oh. Well, there were two of them. And there was there's a LucasArts one, but then there was also a platformer for that as well.
No, not that. I don't know about that one. But the LucasArts one's good.
Very good. Till you get to the maze levels, and then it's just like, why am I doing this?
Oh, yeah. Look, speaking of old computers, it was my birthday the other day, so I did my annual watch of hackers.
Yeah.
Just wanted to put a mention in, say, Still fucking great movie.
It is.
I don't understand why it's got such a low score on Rotten Tomatoes.
Oh,
Don't
it doesn't?
understand that at all. Because I think it's genuinely a great fun movie.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Yep.
Is it getting a low score because people are going like, this isn't real hacking and that's what they're focusing on?
No,
Maybe.
when you hack a computer, a camera just spins around you real fast while techno
that's
plays.
right. And it looks like a big city with lights going on, like the way Bjork describes the inside of a television.
tiny city. There are the buildings.
City. Yeah.
I think it's because because this was filmed before Angelina Jolie had her boobs done. So maybe that's why
probably.
it put the
It disappoints people.
Yeah, people are like,
It does have a lot of. I guess it is kind of a niche film, and it is goofy because the hacking's not realistic, but it is and it isn't in some ways. Like they got the culture
correct,
right. It's
and also this was the 90s.
The tech part of it's a bit skipped
like
over.
no one outside of a very small niche even knew about hacking. So for all they knew, this is completely accurate.
But also, how do you show hacking on a movie or television show and make it look interesting?
Yeah,
the way
exactly.
this one did it. That's how you do it.
Yeah. Well, because
Yeah.
I mean, the other great hacking movie from back in the day is the Matthew
Sneakers?
Broderick movie,
Oh, War Games.
War Games. And that does show him just hacking. And there's a hot chick in his room going, "What are you doing now?" And he's like, "I'm dialing into a modem." You know, like
Yes.
there's no fast cameras and techno in that movie.
Yeah.
I kind of want to watch War Games. War Games now, yeah.
War Games is
It does
excellent.
Hackers has got a lot of people. Like you said, it's got Angelina Jolie in it. It's got Johnny Lee Miller. It's got Matthew Lillard. It's got like a whole
It
bunch
does
of
have Matthew Lillard, yeah.
it's got a whole bunch of like actors who went
You
on to
watched
do
another
really-
Matthew Lillard movie, or somebody did,
I did.
this week.
I did.
Possibly his best movie, if you ask me.
I've not watched
Wing Commander.
the very end of it, but I've watched most of it.
Oh man, the end of
Because
it.
I had to come in here and record this.
You've seen it before, though, right?
No.
Oh shit, really? Man, this movie was my favorite movie when I was like 19.
We'll talk about SLC Punk. listeners.
Oh yeah, sorry.
I don't think I've seen that.
What?
Yeah,
Oh
you should probably watch
man,
it too then.
dude, it's about punks in Utah in the 80s and just about their day-to-day life, how it goes. Not Norm Macdonald. What's Christopher McDonald plays his dad. And I love his performance. Like this
Shooter
Mohawk
McGavin.
son, Shooter McGavin. Yeah, this statement about the American Indians. I don't understand it, and it's not just me. Man on the street's not going to understand it either, son.
Yeah, it's good.
Oh, watch.
And then
it.
she gives his dad
Watch
shit because
this.
he's like, "Dad, this is a Porsche. You're Jewish.
Yeah,
This car was built by Nazis.
I know.
What the fuck are you trying to say?
I didn't sell out, son. I bought in.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's good.
it's
so far.
amazing. The ending is great. Keep going, and there's a sequel.
Yeah, no,
as
I've
well.
seen. I'm not going to spoil it now for Luke. I've seen what I
what
assume.
happens. Yeah,
Yeah, and
Dude,
then it's just kind of
it
wrapping
hurts.
things up. But
Remember,
Yeah.
you can't spoil anything for me.
No.
No.
It's a powerful moment.
yeah, watch it.
Guys, speaking of powerful moments, I know you guys
Yes.
don't watch Succession, but I fucking love Succession. It's hilarious.
I've heard such good things about it.
It's
I think
really
I probably should.
good.
But I
yeah.
don't.
Look, it's called a comedy, but I wouldn't call it that. It's just a drama that's very funny, and it's
Sure.
essentially a family that are like the Murdochs or the Packers or one of those kind of big media. They're just too rich for their own good. But it's essentially King Lear. You know, the dad is
Right.
getting old. He's the CEO, and all the kids want to be the next CEO. And each series, each season kind of looks like one or the other of the kids might be next on the list, and they're kind of
Right.
fighting. The character reminds me of Swearingen from Deadwood, in that, like, how can somebody, he's like a great Shakespearean actor, but all he's really doing is swearing. You know, it's like
Yeah.
this kind of modern day Shakespearean. But there was a twist episode that just happened, and again, I won't give it away, but it was a shock, an absolute shock.
Right.
And I felt very like it just felt so intimate, this episode, and I only found out later by reading there was a 28-minute shot, one camera shot, 28 minutes uninterrupted, and I'm like, oh shit, I didn't even realize at the time. All I realized was that it felt really raw,
Yeah,
and
your brain noticed. Something
Yeah,
and you
yeah,
noticed
yeah.
it,
but that's
cool.
it's incredible.
I reckon they do that just to save money.
Actually, in this case, they didn't, because they shoot this on film. And film, even today, you can only film 12 minutes on a single reel of film. So they had to devise a way to sideload the camera so that it could continue filming. So actually, I think it was quite an expensive endeavor in this case.
Debunked.
Right. Maybe it's not just saving money. It does, but to me, I know it's not, but to me, it just seems like we don't want to film a lot of stuff, so just do it in one take, guys.
Is that show on HBO?
Yes, I believe so.
Well,
It's not on HBO Max anymore.
no. Geek of the Week,
No, where I watch
HBO
it
Max.
anyway.
Do we have HBO Max in Australia?
I have no idea.
We don't. I think you get it through
Okay.
Paramount or somewhere.
Well, we don't have it anymore either. Well, soon. So they've, everyone was wondering what the hell's going on with HBO Max because they just kept ripping shows off there and moving things around. And apparently they've decided to take HBO Max and Discovery Plus, which we did have a subscription to, and smush them together into something called Max.
Okay.
So,
Yeah, they still got rid of a lot of shows, though, didn't they?
yeah, but then who knows what's going to happen now? Maybe they'll put them on this new thing. I don't fucking...
Maybe it was licenses ending, but not being renewed that made them hold back.
Yeah, so we don't want to
put
renew
them
it
on
with
this new
HBO
channel.
Max because that's not going to exist. So
Discovery Plus had, Good Eats, the Alton Brown Show, and those kind of things, like all like cooking stuff and reality stuff, and Fixer Upper, those kind of shows,
Like
right?
HGTV
We're on Discovery
stuff.
Plus. Yeah, that's the word I was thinking of. And so now
stuff
they're just
you
all
can
going to
throw on and watch, and
now they're just all going to be in the same
same
thing. Except it's going to be annoying because I only paid $7 a month for that Discovery Plus. Now I'm going to have to pay whatever they charge for HBO Max, which was already like $20 a month. Something stupid.
Well, so you've got 3 versions you can have. Do you want it with ads?
No,
Then you're going to be paying $16 a month.
I'm not. I'm getting the Tortuga. I'm setting sail. I'm telling you now. I'm telling you now, Warner Brothers.
Yeah.
You've lost me.
It's $10 a month for ads.
See, that's
Why
even
am
that
I
is
paying for ads?
Oh, for God's
$10
sake.
a month with ads. That's more than I was paying for the Discovery Plus without ads. Fuck you.
Then $16 for ad free, and then there's Max Ultimate ad free, which is $20 a month.
Oh, it's 4K. Yeah, all right.
Yeah,
No, they're up there.
forget
Mate,
it.
KO, the sports subscription channel in Australia, is
Oh, yeah.
is $25 a month for the cheapest single
Really?
screen, lowest
and they've
res.
changed it now. It used to be 2 screens.
Yeah.
This year, when I joined up again just to get the football, it dropped down to 1 screen for $25.
Really?
I mean, it's a
Damn
good
you,
service,
Foxtel.
but fuck me.
Bastards.
It's Fox.
Speaking of HBO, which does still exist in one form or another, they're making a new Harry Potter series, rebooting that. HBO. I hope it's proper HBO, like The Sopranos, or 6 Feet Under, but just Harry Potter. Like just, everyone's fucking each other, calling each other cocksuckers.
Yeah.
But there's been a whole lot of people that said, well, you better not be putting J.K. Rowling's name on this. And HBO were like, of course we fucking are. She wrote it.
Yeah. And
Yeah, I
she's
saw
gonna
a
be
quote-
working on it to make sure that they...
Don't want to watch it?
Don't
watch it.
This is meant to be like a true adaptation of the books.
I saw a quote from, I think, one of the heads at HBO saying that, you're not concerned about all the transphobia stuff. And then I think the quote was, oh, that's all very online. And we're pretty confident,
it doesn't translate
everyday
to the
people
real world. Yeah.
aren't even aware that that's happening. And I'm like, I feel like that probably is the
I
case.
agree.
Well,
And
I think you just see it just happen with the game. Online, it's
But no,
boycott,
but you
we're not gonna
didn't,
do this.
because no one
But no one
boycotted
did.
the game. Everyone played
Yeah.
the game. Everyone bought the game.
Well, everyone's going to watch this show too, probably.
Exactly. But you're right. And that's a great way of saying it. It's very online.
Yeah.
And
In
there's
other
a
words, it's
difference
only
between-
happening on Twitter.
And there's a
Yes.
difference between watching this and supporting her.
Yeah.
They're not mutually exclusive.
But also, like, if 100 people are giving her death threats, that feels like a lot to her, because that's a lot of death threats. But in the 7 or 8 billion people in the world, that's not a lot of people that don't like J.K. Rowling.
And she gets a lot of compliments and, nice fan mail too.
Yeah.
To, to wipe her tears with. So
Because, people...
Yeah. She can
focused
sell.
on-
She gets a lot of money, Do they have
that's
paper
right.
money in England, or do they
she
have
could
plastic
pay someone
money?
to wipe her eyes for her.
Yeah.
No, I think England's starting to go very cashless as well.
Oh, okay.
I haven't. I was going to go to the medical center the other day, and I realized that I don't have the Medicare app for some reason on my phone, even though I thought I did. And so I had to come home because I didn't have my wallet, because I don't take a wallet anywhere now. It lives in this drawer. Like, I haven't gone out with a wallet for years. For one
at all.
No.
Because in New South Wales now, Matt, we
couldn't do that here.
Have our license on our phones.
Yep.
Yeah, I know that. I couldn't do that here. My license is in there, and I need cash and a credit card. Otherwise, I can't get by here.
Oh, you can even you could withdraw money from Commonwealth Bank. I don't know if other banks do it. You can withdraw money with your phone now.
Really?
Yep. And there's not a scanner at the ATMs or anything, although I'm sure that's days away. But basically, you go on the app and say how much you want to withdraw, and it'll give you a code that you go to the ATM, type that code in, and it'll give you the money.
Yeah, right.
I know some people are pushing for us to go cashless. We're not going to go cashless for about good 10, 20 years. Cause
I haven't held cash in my hands for years now. Certainly not since before the lockdown.
Yeah, but there's still industries that still are very cash-based. But
I bought a gingerbread man today for $3.50, and I paid with my phone. I tapped my phone.
Yeah.
Like,
I
can't imagine what you would need cash for. But that's what I mean. But what industries are still using cash?
Tattoo?
Hookers.
So I'm getting cash out all the time for tattoos.
Tradies don't still take cash?
No, you do it on the app now. I've not paid a tradie in cash.
You have to tell the government about it.
Yeah, there's some that go, hey, it'll be $300, but I'll do it for $200 if you pay me in cash.
Yeah.
Oh, really? No, I haven't come across that, because you have to, like, the tradies I've gotten, it's just...
You get legitimate ones.
Well, they're not that legitimate. They're through an app. They're through Taskmaster, but it's...
you got to come to America, where you just head round to Home Depot at 5 a.m. and pick up all the,
Habla Español.
Yeah.
I'll give you advice about you hiring through that app.
Yeah.
Pay them through that app. There was someone recently, or reading it in the news, where they hired someone through an app, and they went, oh, it'll be this, but if you just pay me, like, directly to me, it'll be like 12,000, save you 3,000. So they did. They paid him directly, and then the guy disappeared.
Yeah. I only do pay them through the app. But also, I'm not doing $15,000 jobs through Airtasker. I'm doing like $150 to come and get like...
This guy had a big lawn, Dan. Big lawn.
If you paid through the app and they didn't come back, you contact the app and go, hey, they didn't come back, and you've got that protection. You're paying for that service, for that protection. And then you can't complain about it when you go outside of it.
But also,
that's why a credit card's handy.
You pay after as well. So they go, they click a button that says, I've done the job. You click a button that says they've done the job, and then the transaction goes through.
And then they get paid. Yeah.
Yeah. So none of this.
Now, these are all reasons why credit cards are handy, because you can always... Because I've seen there's a podcast I listen to, and the guy on there's very anti-credit card at the moment. And he's talking about how he's doing everything on his debit card and that kind of stuff. And I keep thinking, but what if, you get your card gets skimmed or whatever, and it's like, you probably will eventually get the money back, but then they literally take the money out of your bank account in that case.
True.
Like, it worries me.
Yeah, I don't have a credit card at all.
No, I haven't had a credit card for
Store
years.
debit. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, not for decades, actually.
Credit cards aren't a big thing, as big a thing here anymore.
See, now I sound like a fool. Maybe I'm behind the times.
No,
I know people that only use credit cards, and they only use them because points, They put everything...
Right.
I do know it's very different in America.
It definitely is.
Everything's credit, because it goes a lot... Having a credit card is better for your credit score in America than...
Here,
that's what they say. Even if you're not going to use it, you shouldn't cancel it.
Well, see, in Australia, your credit card limit gets taken off your income. Like, if you go to get a loan or something, and they go, well, you've got a credit card for $10,000, so your income is actually technically $10,000 less. Because you could.
Even if you've spent nothing on that card, they still count that as
fucking bizarre.
Right?
Yeah, well, it's not bizarre. It's just different. Yeah.
I don't know. I think I was 30 when I cut up my last credit card.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. I haven't had one decades.
I've got like
old man gasm.
They just keep sending them to me. They just send them to you in the mail.
Before we move on, there was one more. I feel sorry for people who get. I normally like reading stories. It sounds bad about people getting ripped off, but I don't like it when people get ripped off. But I like reading the ones where it's like, this was entirely your fault.
Oh, sure.
There was a guy, and it goes to the news like, I got ripped off of a Bitcoin scheme. And someone contacted him and went, hey, if you invest this, we guarantee you to triple your funds.
Oh, yeah.
And so he handed over his details.
Yeah. That word guarantee rarely comes up in actual business transactions.
And it's sort of like, and then was like, woe is me. I'm sort of like,
you're just greedy.
You're greedy. Yeah. Like, there's no guarantee in anything. And and if there was, they wouldn't be selling that guarantee around.
Yeah, why would they just do it themselves? Yeah,
I'm not saying people should be allowed to go around doing that to people, but still, I mean, come on.
The fact that it happens often enough that it's a popular scam to do means that the public do need to be educated. Like, and especially Bitcoin. I think a lot of people don't understand Bitcoin. And
we don't understand.
No,
that.
exactly. But what I understand enough to know that I don't. I understand that I know so little about it that I don't want to get involved in it. You know,
sure. Yeah.
It would take a lot more knowledge before I'd be comfortable investing in Bitcoin.
But yeah,
especially if someone guarantees me
a lot
threefold
different to
return.
Like a retiree getting scammed out of the stuff out of their bank because someone contacted them and go, log on to this account.
Yeah.
Do
there
this.
was
That's
someone on Reddit
very different.
Someone on Reddit said that their father, who was an older guy, got scammed by the Nigerian prince scam. Listeners, if you don't know what that is, I'm sure you probably do. But, someone contacts you, says, I'm a Nigerian prince and I need to move a bunch of money and you can have a cut of it. And then it's a scam. This guy fell for it twice. Because when his son said, but you got scammed the first time, and his dad goes, well, surely the second one wasn't a scam.
Oh. Yeah, what are the chances?
Yeah, what are the chances this one is also a scam? It's like,
Amazing.
Fuck, man.
No, but like, you guys know about the pile of phones at my grandmother's house. Like, old people don't understand shit. Like, my grandmother, I went to my grandmother's house one day, and a whole pile of phones. And she's like, I need another phone again. Another one ran out of battery. And I'm like, did you charge it? She's like, did I what? Like, she's just the same guy at the fucking phone shop. This little old lady's going in week after week going, this phone's run out again. And he's like, oh, yeah, they do that. Anyway, $49.95 for a new one. And she just keeps buying new phones.
I actually had a scammer abuse me the other day.
What?
Oh, yeah?
Because you called him out for it.
Well, yeah. So no, I kept it going because it was an Amazon Prime. Hey, we've just charged you $100. Press this button if you want a refund. And so I pushed it and I went, well, what are the benefits of Amazon Prime? I was trying to get me to tell him like what the benefits are. And then he's like, do you want it or not? And I went, no, I'm really just wasting your time because you're scum. And then he abused me quite a lot.
Fair enough. Wow.
I always just hang up on them.
I've never.
I like to waste their time, just so I'm wasting their time, so they're not talking to someone else who they might actually fall for. Because they do it, they're making money, which is the problem.
Our friend Brian tried to scam a scammer once, which I found hilarious. The guy rang and he goes like, "Oh, I've got this great deal for you. I've got X amount of money and I would want to move it around and blah 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 blah." And Brian's like, "Fuck that! If you've got that money, I've got an investment opportunity for you. You send me that money." And just started, and he's like, "No, that's not how it works.
That's not how the scam works." Oh, I mean,
off by script.
Yeah.
Bastards.
Speaking of other things old men like, Mia Goth is going to be in the Blade movie. That makes me happy.
Yeah.
Mia Goth really came out of nowhere, but she seems to be in everything I like these days.
I know. I'm happy about that. It's a good actress and she seems to have good taste in movies. So,
yeah, hopefully this is good. The Blade.
Yeah, well, I mean, the cast is shaping up to be good.
Liked.
The old ones are great, and the old first two.
And this is in the MCU? It's a bit weird.
I believe so,
Yeah.
Which this might be finally something that sort of pulls me back into it because
let's hope
vampires in this world.
It's a bit lacking at the moment.
I mean, I guess they just do this and they just don't worry about it too much. They've done that with everything else so far. So, with even Moon Knight was great, and then when you think about it, it's like, oh, literally Egyptian gods exist in this as well.
Yeah. Well, the Norse gods exist, so why don't the Egyptian gods?
Yeah, fair. Yeah.
No, honestly, I really think what they should have done is when they got to the end game, that was the end. Left it a few years, start from scratch with a new story.
Yeah.
Like, because I think a lot of people are struggling with this in between because nothing's really going anywhere. But then I say that, and I like the television shows. Like I was loving the new Captain America, especially when there are the people who were sort of like the world's gone to crap again. Now everyone's back because we became this close knit world, and then everyone came back, and now we've got borders again, and it was actually quite an interesting story. But the movies, I don't know, Guardians is the next one.
Was the last one She-Hulk? Was it Moon Knight? Maybe
She-Hulk was the last TV show.
No, I didn't. No, and there was the Miss Marvel, but I didn't watch that either.
Oh yeah,
that was good, but that wasn't for adults. That was
I didn't for
think younger
audience. She-Hulk was for adults either. I don't know who that was for.
That was for people who would have liked Ally McBeal.
See, this is the thing. I liked Ally McBeal, but I thought this was garbage.
Back in the day.
Yeah, but maybe
I didn't mind it.
Now. Yeah, I know. I couldn't do it.
But really, Guardians is the next one. I think Guardians 3 was always meant to be the big start of the next phase, wasn't it? Before, I think he was in the next phase. Then they fired him.
I think it got held up because of that. Yeah.
So maybe this will be leading to something.
Maybe. Yeah, except he's leaving.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of...
Well, this is the last time we get to see Drax.
Oh, yeah, ever.
Mm-hmm.
There's another franchise that started good, and then the movie started getting shit, and then they started doing some series, and that's a little thing called Star Wars. And I started watching something this week that will... Yeah. It's I think it's a spin-off of Battlestar Galactica.
Oh, okay. The indie thing, is it?
Yeah. It's quite niche. Now, you guys know this already, and the listeners know this already, because you told me, and actually a fair few of the listeners told me as well, that I needed to watch Andor. Not only is Andor the best of all the Star Warses, hands down, but it's some of the best television I've ever seen in my entire life.
Yeah,
and it's
really
like,
good.
I think you said, Matt, that every few episodes it kind of changes tone and changes pace. Like it's kind of, it's very chapters. The last chapter that I just finished, I'm in the next kind of block now, but those 3 or 4 episodes where they were on that planet trying to storm into that
do the heist
stronghold to do the heist, that was amazing. Like every second of screen time in those 3 or 4 episodes were just, I was riveted. It was so good. I'm disappointed they've moved on now, but still, it's great. And there was this one bit too where, like, just little things like he says to his mum, I'm going to be worried about you every day, and she goes, "Yeah, that's what love is, dickhead." And it's like, am I watching a Star Wars, or is this some fucking hard-hitting HBO? I'm watching 6 Feet Under right now. Like, this is real drama, and but it's also nostalgia because all you have to do is have a fucking TIE fighter go past and make the right sound, and I'm like, yay, Star Wars.
Yeah.
That's what works. And I even like, they even refer to, in the first episode, they talk about a brothel.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. And man, Cassian will fucking shoot you if you say the wrong thing.
Yeah, that was great.
Like, I also, because that's just happened for the second time
sorry,
now.
Mate.
Yeah.
I have to kill you now.
Yeah.
You know it.
Because that happened in the
it.
first episode. I'm like, okay, that's the bad thing he's always talking about doing. And it's like, no, in the last episode I watched, some guy's mouthing off and he's like, "Man, I'm just going to shoot you." Han Solo stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, sorry, buddy.
We always talked about how we were getting older and more mature. Why isn't Star Wars getting the same amount of mature? This is what we wanted. This is what we were asking for. But
absolutely,
I'm more annoyed now when I remember Boba Fett, Book of Boba Fett. You know what I mean? Like, what is happening at Disney where they can make this, but they choose to make those instead?
Because there are people who still like Boba Fett.
I don't think there are.
There are.
Throwback to SLC Punk. It's got mods in it. On those
true. And
I was like, oh, it's Boba Fett.
Oh, yeah. I'll throw back to Succession. Same composer does Succession and Andor.
Oh, there you go.
I was talking to someone and they liked Boba Fett, and I think he threw back in their face that chase scene.
Oh, that's
the slowest chase scene in the universe.
When that guy with the bum head crashes, and it's like, it's so bad. I can't believe how bad it is.
The mods. Oh my god, the mods.
When
well,
the
they're
lead
called the mods
actor,
because they've got modifications.
yeah, when the titular, no, it's because they've got scooters, Luke. When the titular character comes out after it and goes, "See, pretty shit, eh? That series." That's when you know it's bad.
Yeah,
because I know.
Well, they didn't want me to say it, but I said like a bantha so many times that they couldn't cut it all out. So I just kept saying it.
Bad, no choice.
Because he was telling stories about how he got in trouble, how he was trying to. All right, now the boss is gone. I'm not going to say anything anymore.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Oh, yeah. He didn't want to say the lines, and then they were like, Favreau said, "Say the fucking lines, mate."
Yeah. Now that did work for Henry Cavill when he was doing Geralt, and he was just like, "I'm going to make the other actors try to fill in the blanks. I'm just going to be the strong silent type." They absolutely should have done that with Boba Fett. Every time he opened his mouth, I was like, "Oh, that was awful."
Speaking of The Witcher, it's a good segue. Lars Mikkelsen is Grand Admiral Thrawn in the Ahsoka TV show. He played Stregobor in The Witcher.
I'm looking forward to this because I've been watching The Mandalorian and they've just mentioned Grand Admiral Thrawn.
Yeah, right.
Well, now, I'm not hearing very
Timothy
good things
Zahn
about...
is a consultant.
Yes, yeah, which is great. I love that
mate Timothy Zahn.
Yeah. Luke, I'm hearing very, very bad things about
The Talk to Me.
3. You're into it?
Baby Yoda just did the cutest thing in the world.
God, yeah.
Fuck off.
Cutest thing in the world. Do you just want to know what it was?
Yeah, because I don't give a shit about spoilers for this show.
Fine.
Okay, so remember the IG-11.
He's going to throw in some like massive spoiler along with, and then then they blew up the Death Star, and then Baby Yoda went, "Misa did it."
No, so remember IG-11, the robot blows up. So
Iggy,
he gets rebuilt, and he gets rebuilt that Baby Yoda can control him.
Of course, he gets rebuilt because everything that's dead is just back now.
That's right. But, is it also Taika Waititi back again?
Yeah. No.
No,
okay. It might be, but it's only saying yes or no because they put Baby Yoda in, and the Mandalorian go, "He's not old enough for this. Take him out." And Baby Yoda pushes the button. No, you want to stay in it? Yes. And it's just
they stole it from Bluey.
Yeah, I was about to say
yes, stay in it, and no, and that's
that yes and no machine makes a cameo appearance in the latest episode, the newest season. They're dropping one a week. They're 7-minute episodes. What the fuck are they doing? There's only one new episode, but it's great.
Yeah, it's because kids watch the same thing over and over. They don't really need you.
Oh, yeah, I'm fucking learning that.
Yeah.
Lyra will negotiate now. You go, "It's time for night time. And she look you dead in the eye and go, "One."
Oh.
One Diddy. Diddy means Bluey. One Diddy. Then night.
Okay, that's not bad.
Yes. She does this. She does the like NLP nod. Yes.
Yeah.
One.
Hubbard doesn't
the same
get that
episode
yet.
each time.
There's a few. There's a few Blueys.
Yes.
We had our neighbour's kid over the other night, and right before they were about to leave, she wanted to get the paints out, and I was like, no, next time, come over tomorrow and we'll get the paints out. And her dad goes, "Oh, we haven't told her about the future yet, so you can't tempt her with things tomorrow." And I was like, huh. I never even thought that, yes, you would have to explain that to someone.
Told her about the future?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I've told Lyra about the future. She just doesn't believe me. I go, you can paint tomorrow. No!
Yeah. I told her about the past. I tell her about growing up in fucking Warragamba in the 80s constantly. When I was your age.
She just humour you? Pretend she's paying attention while she's painting?
Doesn't even believe that I have that. She's like, you're describing an Enid Blyton book. Because I was like, we just go down the creek, and she'd be like, no, that's not true. I'm like, well, you grew up in suburbia. We grew up in semi-rural.
Yeah, we went down the creeks quite a lot, set stuff on fire.
That's where we caught the lizards.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Went down deep holes.
Oh, yeah.
We have big drains near you.
Wink.
Used to go to them all the time.
Oh, big culverts. Yeah.
Oh, sure. Down. Yeah. Used to get warned it could be a flash flood and kill us all.
Oh, yeah.
Still go down there anyway.
Didn't listen.
I'm surprised we didn't get raped, honestly. Why were there no dirty old men hanging out in those drains?
Oh, you guys didn't get raped? Oh, interesting. Okay.
Don't talk for all of us.
Lars Mikkelsen will be Thrawn. Wes Chatham from The Expanse, my favourite character.
Yeah.
Amos from The Expanse. He's going to be...
The guy with the largest chin I've ever seen.
Yeah, he's going to be Thrawn's right-hand man.
Great.
I'm going to have to watch
them
this
two team
show, perhaps. Yeah. I don't know, the show doesn't look good other than
which show
that,
is this? This is the Ashoka show, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, man, I'm not into these Clone War adjacent Dave Filoni shows, honestly.
No, same.
And yet, these are the shows that are definitely, they're not for us because they're for people who grew up with the Clone Wars. And I've tried to watch the Clone Wars so many times, I just can't get it.
So have I. Yeah.
Oh, I've got some bad news for you, Luke. I've got really bad news for you, Luke.
What?
Unfortunately, Kathleen Kennedy's had to let us know that Rian Johnson is just too busy.
He's
too
very
busy to work on his Star Wars trilogy. He's just too busy.
Oh.
That what it is. Oh, I knew it was something.
Yeah.
So someone else has finally mentioned the trilogy apart from Rian Johnson.
Yeah, they've acknowledged that they did discuss a trilogy, but she's said, A, it's definitely not happening. She wants you to know that. She wants you to know it's definitely not happening.
No, well, the interviewer asked, which I think put her on the spot.
Because we don't want it to.
Yeah.
I think the interviewer said, "Oh, what's going on with Rian Johnson?" And she went, "Oh, he's very busy." And I'm so am I. I've got to go.
Yeah.
We did announce that, didn't we? Ugh, we got to stop doing that.
I saw this great meme
he's been
the other
fired
day.
like, what's her name was fired?
Yeah.
Where
Carlo Greta, what's her name?
Rosa Carl.
Why can't we think of her name? She's disappeared from
Cara Dune.
Cara Dune,
trying to
yeah.
say.
She's
you mean
fired like she was fired as a. We're not giving you another contract.
Right. What is her real name? Doesn't matter.
No,
because remember,
I think her name is Amanda Lorian.
Because I do remember they did come out and say like she hasn't been fired.
Which not writing her in the show anymore.
Contract.
Yeah, I saw a great meme the other day that had Palpatine and it said the villain from the prequel trilogy, and then it had Vader and it said the villain from the original trilogy, and then it had a picture of Kathleen Kennedy and it said the villain from the sequel trilogy.
She's doing her best, guys. She's doing her best.
Well, she's trying hard.
Best. She'd hand it over to me.
Taika Waititi's still doing his. The way she described his was funny. She said something like he's working on his own on that, and he's starring in it, and he wants to be left alone to work on it. So, here you go.
I mean,
he doesn't really want to bring
so
others into that process, and I don't blame him. Okay?
Because I get in the way of it.
And then they also said, apparently, the Lando movie with Donald Glover, and the Rogue Squadron movie, the Patty Jenkins one, aren't cancelled.
Patty Jenkins is cancelled, but maybe they'll still do her movie.
Well, they haven't been shelved. Most things haven't been shelved. Development is a complicated long-term process. For some people, we're dealing with scheduling because obviously really talented people are working. It's often not a shelving, it's just, is it ready?
All right. Change Rogue Squadron to a TV show, and I kind of wouldn't mind seeing Donald Glover as Lando again. I didn't mind him as Lando, honestly.
I think it was the best thing about the Solo movie. I didn't mind the Solo movie. I mean, there was a lot
I thought it was all right.
wrong with it, but I thought it was okay.
I had lots of problems with parts of it.
You just didn't like
someone made a really good argument the other day. They were talking about Star Wars, and someone was trying to say, you know, Disney dropped the ball and they made Star Wars too woke, right? With all with Rey and all of this, putting in gay characters and all this kind of stuff. And they're saying it's because they made all these woke movies, Star Wars is going down the drain. And then somebody else pointed out, sorry, so you're saying when they made Solo, the movie just about white people, that's the one everyone went to see? Is that what you're trying to tell me? Because I don't know if you remember what actually happened there, was that they made the movie that you're saying people want, and no one went and saw it.
Yeah. Well, I saw this meme the other day, if you can see this. Oh, you can't. You can see my reflection. It's a It's a picture of old Han, old Carrie, old Luke, and old Lando, and it says "What we wanted," and then it's got a picture of those lesbians kissing, and it says "What we got," as if there was just the entire movie of just lesbians kissing.
So petty. Speaking of pettiness, we've got some pettiness coming up in the after party.
Oh, if you want to be petty. Go over and
be petty about beer.
I can be pretty petty.
I love all this pettiness. This is great. Let's go to patreon.com/multiple nerdgasm. Subscribe at the $10 a month tier, and come over and finish off with us in the after party.
finish yourself off.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're not going to finish.
You've got to finish it. No, you've got to finish yourself off if you're not a patron.
You've got to finish off.
If you're a patron,
the Dalai Lama,
come
and
over.
then you can finish yourself off.
Oh man, what? Yeah, we can talk about that too.
Yeah.
He will definitely finish you off.
That's all for this week. Thank you for listening, and we hope you enjoyed the show. If you enjoyed it, then please subscribe in iTunes to receive episodes automatically. We'll see you next time.